Connor's Crazy Countdown. Connor's Crazy Countdown.
Hello, it is that time again. I don't know when this is going to be out. It's going to be out in 2024 at some point. I mean, I've got a ton of Connor's Crazy Countdown videos, but I'm not really satisfied with any of them just now. I'm not feeling like they're that good or anything like that. But I mean, I've got 4 or 5 recorded. I just can't. This one though, hopefully this one will be out. And maybe by this point there actually will be more games out. So this is a tier list of games I've played on my channel. This is not including free to play games or online internet games or anything like that. This is just video games for the PS4, PS3, maybe PC. Is there PC games? Because there's a few games I have played but I have not published them yet. This is only games that are published on my channel except for one which was supposed to get published but the video got away. So there is at least 4 or 3 that I've played that are not on my channel yet, so they are not in this list. I might make another one of these lists in the far future when I play more games, because I've got thousands of games to play and the list just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But I guess I'll get started. So, and also take into account that the videos may be terrible, but the game might actually be great. It's just my editing that makes the games look horrendous, or my editing that makes them look better than they are, though I doubt that very highly. So the first game, so our categories are outstanding, awesome, okay, bad, and horrible. There's some that I don't really know if I'll have a place for them. 7 Days to Die. So this is looking at the game. It's not looking at who I played it with or what I did in the game. It's just how I felt about the game. I didn't really like 7 Days to Die. I'd say it was bad. It is a Telltale game, but it's one of their lesser known titles, I guess. This was, I think, before The Walking Dead. It's just, in my opinion, I'm not a big survival game sort of person. I mean, I take it with a grain of salt. There's some I like, there's some I don't like. I did not like this game. I wouldn't say it's horrible though. You can still do things. It's sort of like Minecraft. You craft certain things and make other things, so that it's not like the game is unplayable. You can still do things. Next, A Way Out. I really liked this game. I think it was awesome. Obviously, it's an interesting way to play. It's like split screen or something. You can see what the other player's doing and all that. It was a lot of fun to play. It also has a Prison Break feel about it, I think. And there's also the whole point of betrayal and whatever else, and who wins in the end. It's a fun game. It's like playing Prison Break. When I played this game though, I hadn't seen Prison Break by that point. I now have, so maybe you could see references. You also you can explore other parts of the world once you are out there. But yeah, it's quite a good game. I'm trying to remember the character's name. I think this guy was Vincent, who I played as. I can't remember this guy's name. Sam maybe? I don't know. But yeah, it was a very good game. Next we got Amnesia. So this is the Amnesia collection, but I only played one of the games in it. And I never really watched PewDiePie play this game. I never really had much interest in it. I'm not a big horror game fan either. I don't think it was particularly good either. Obviously Amnesia has a lot of past to it. Obviously PewDiePie made it a bigger game than it is, but I'm not into these games. This is my own personal opinion, as always, as I say, but I just didn't care for it that much. I think I only uploaded 1 episode or 2 episodes anyways. Next we've got, we'll start with this one. This is Batman the Telltale series. I really liked this game. Obviously there's not a whole lot to Telltale. You literally just play through it and you get a trophy. There's not a lot of work involved in it, but it's fun to still play if you're into story-based games. So as you can see, I like the story-based games more than the actual scary, spooky horror all that sort of stuff. But yeah, when I played this game, I didn't know there was a sequel to it, and I was like thinking the whole time, why is there not more of these games? This is so good. They had great casting, great characters. In the first one, they had the Joker, but he wasn't the Joker at that point. They had Penguin, Harvey Dent, well, Two-Face, Catwoman. I mean, it was a whole host of enemies, and Lady Arkham. Yeah, with this. So I think it was a very, very good game. I like Batman films when you know of these villains of the past, and they're like, here they are, brilliant. Welcome. In my past, I played the Lego Batman games. I might have said it when I played for this game mode, but it was awesome collecting all the characters. Like, we had all the villains, like tons of them, Man-Bats and Catwoman and Batwoman and all sorts. It was great. It was a lot of fun. But this as well, this was amazing. As for the second game, The Enemy Within, it wasn't much different. My only gripe with the second game was Catwoman's change of appearance. Like, she was a completely different player model, and that really put me off. Like, maybe some people preferred the way she looked in the second game, but when you've got somebody that looks one way and then the next game they look completely different, it's very off-putting. Every other character was totally fine. I think in terms of what happened in the second game, I wasn't as thrilled with it, especially with how I played it, because I ended up having Waller. I ended up working with Waller over Gordon, and I really hated that. Like, I only did that to protect my identity. But yeah, I hated that. But the game itself, good game, very, very similar to Batman The Enemy Within, and the Batman the first one. And of course we got new villains as well. We got the Riddler, we got Bane, we got Harley Quinn. It was a much more diverse enemy team. Next we got Borderlands The Handsome Collection. So once again, I only played one of the games in this collection. I can't even remember which one it was. And before this, I'd never played Borderlands before. I'd never really heard of Borderlands. I'd never done anything to do with it. I think it was an okay game. It's not something I would probably go back to playing, but I enjoyed playing it when I did, and there was quite a few interesting characters in it. I can't really think of their names just now, but there was the girl that was like a doll or something. I think she's older in the next game, in Borderlands 3. But I think Borderlands is a pretty decent game. Like I say, I will probably never go back to playing it, even though there's like 2 other games in the collection that I've never touched. But yeah, it was a fun game. And Handsome Jack is a villain. He's very, very interesting. Now this game is kind of under the radar, I guess. I don't have this in a playlist, for instance. I think it's just in my gaming playlist. I played this game once on my channel. This isn't really a game that I would upload to my channel again. It's because copyright issues, for instance. It's basically what it says on the tin, Buzz Music Quiz. It's all about music. Now, this is a fun game to play, but it's not a fun game to upload. And this version of Buzz isn't particularly good, in my opinion. When I was younger, I played like a PS2 version, and it was much better. I much more enjoyed that version. There's a ton of these Buzz games that I absolutely love. There's like a pop one, and there's a 2000s this, and I really like the Buzz games. But this one, I don't know if I'd probably say bad, but top of bad, because just the way this was laid out, the way it just didn't feel like an original Buzz game. Next, Modern Warfare 2. So I have completed this 100%, and that was very traumatic. There was a lot of issues and annoyances with that, but I did find a glitch to make me get the veteran mode a lot easier. And as I said when I played through this, that look forward to the next game, which I did before this one. I think that's right. Have I got the order wrong? Maybe I have. Maybe I did this one first. No, maybe I did this one. I don't know. I think maybe this is the one I did legit, and the other one's the one I didn't. Yeah, this is the one I did legit. So I did this one totally legit, and the boat scene with chasing after a certain character was a nightmare. It took me so long. I absolutely hated it. But having said that, the game itself undeniably is outstanding. It is an incredible game that has lasted this long. Like, original YouTubers that started on Modern Warfare always talk about this. Like, this is the prime of Modern Warfare. This is a golden era of Call of Duty. It is a great game. There is no doubt about it. And I mean, I think this was one of the very first PS3 games I got, and I loved it. Obviously, it took me years to finally manage to complete it, and it was on a different system. But yeah, there's no doubt about it. You've got fantastic characters. I mean, we've got Soap. We've got McTavish is Soap, you idiot. We've got Captain Price. We've got Worm. No, he's in this one. I think he is. Ghost, of course. Shepherd. It's a great ensemble of fantastic characters, great stories. The whole experience was super fun to play, and like I said, despite the horrible trophies that I had to get, despite that, it was still an epic game. Same for this game, incredible fun game. This one was the one that I did the glitch with, and I didn't properly do legit and whatever else. I do prefer this game to this one, but I think that's just based on the fact that I played this one in my childhood. I never played this one in my childhood, so I guess I have nostalgia with this one more than this one. This is still a great game though, don't get me wrong, and it still has fantastic characters, fantastic stories, etc, etc. I think in terms of the Call of Duty games though, this is probably my Call of Duty. Like, this is when I really started to play, and this again was one of the earliest PS3 games I got. Obviously I haven't done the story yet on my channel, and I hope to do that at some point in the future, but I have a couple of videos up of this, of me just playing online. Again, the quality was horrendous and all that, but the game itself, again, outstanding game. These three are just amazing. I wish they still made games like this, the Activision and all that, but no, they're too caught up with Black Ops, and some people hate Black Ops, some people like Black Ops. I'm not the massivest of fans of it. Speaking of which, next is Black Ops 3. I can't put that on the same level as these. I think the story in the first Black Ops is pretty cool, and of course you have zombies, but I was never the biggest of fans of it. And you're probably going to disagree with me, but I think it's okay. I'm just not a big Call of Duty fan. I'm not a big Black Ops fan. I do have near every single Black Ops, I think. So maybe at some point I'll play the other ones and do it properly and do the story, and it might be a bit better. But as the game that I played, the online, is just okay. It's not particularly great. Next we've got Conan Exiles. Now, Conan Exiles was a game I never really wanted to play. It's not really my sort of thing. It looks a bit like I can't even think what, the Prince of Persia or something. It just is not really good at all. Again, it's another survival thing that I'm just not into. I did have a fun time coming up with the character Brionce though. I think his name was Brionce. I don't know. It was something like that. But yeah, I'm never going back to this game. And I mean, there was places that I never even got to explore. There was places I went and it was just like, was there dire wolves in this, or was that something else? I don't know. Next we've got Dead by Daylight. Now, I do prefer Dead by Daylight to a lot of these other games. I just haven't particularly played it that much. I think I'm going to go out on a whim and say it's okay. I just, again, another survival thing that I'm not particularly fond of. Playing as the killer, though, is a lot better than playing as one of the survivors, I think. It's in the middle of the road. How many episodes do I have of this? Like three or two? I don't know. Again, it's not something I'll probably go back to playing anytime soon. Next, we've got Detroit Become Human. Out of all the games on here, I think this is one of the best, if not the best. I went into this game thinking, it's going to be a good game, and I got stunned by it. Obviously, like, I will be honest, going back and playing it like constantly, like 4 or 5 times, my opinion on it changed slightly, but I still think it's an incredible game with a amazing story. Like, it's based around androids and androids being discriminated, but this could definitely transfer into other aspects: race, religion, gender identity, all that other sorts. It just was so good, especially the bit when they're all walking down the main street and they're chanting, "We are alive, we are here, we are," all that. Amazing. There's no doubt about it, right up the top. Would I play it again? Would I go back and get the things I've missed? Maybe not. But as a story-based game and as that all that sorts, amazing. Well, outstanding actually. Next we've got Erica. Now this is a bit of a strange one. This was like played with real people, and that kind of weirded me out. Because it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like I'm playing God or something. Well, I mean, you do that with a lot of these other games, but it's like I'm telling a real person to switch on a light, or I'm telling a real person to walk somewhere, then they do it. It's just very strange. The game itself is, for me, this game was just an easy win to getting a platinum trophy. Like, that's why I played it. I couldn't really care less about the story or anything like that. I think I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's good. I think it's bottom of okay. It's just not something I'd really go back to playing. The characters were fine, but it's just strange. I mean, could I even think the story? It was like her dad worked with someone that was bad, or her dad was bad or something. And there was her mum got tested. There was something about it. I have vague memories of it. It's been a while since I played it. But I'm glad I played it, and I'm glad I got the platinum, so that's all that matters. Now, here's a game that has gone through different phases. Once it was huge, then it died off, then it's come back, and it's huge again, and then it slightly is dying off again. I don't really like playing Fall Guys. I've played it like 3-4 times on my channel. It's just not, I'm not that fussed by it, but I do think it's a very good game, and I do enjoy watching other people play it. I think it could probably go top of okay. I think for what it's done and how much it's grown in such a short space of time is quite amazing. But again, it's not a game that particularly rings with me. It's not a game that I'm going to rush back to play anytime soon. I just think it's, like I say, okay. Now this, on the other hand, I've played once, and this was the one I was talking about. This isn't up on my channel, but I feel like it should be. I feel like I made a video of me playing it for the first time, and it didn't record, and then at that point I uninstalled the game. I hate this game. Like, I don't know how. The game itself is a decent game. It's fine and all other sorts, but just the amount of hype around it. It's like fidget spinners. Like, once one person's talking about it, they will not be quiet about it. Like, I used to volunteer in a primary school, and so many of the children used to talk about Fortnite. It was horrendous. I was so fed up of hearing about Fortnite. I still am fed up of hearing about Fortnite. And there's a lot of other people out there that could not care less about Fortnite. But it's just, I mean, even talking about it right now, all I can hear in my head is that tune or whatever it is. Oh, and you've got all these emotes as well. You had people, like, grown adults in the street, like, doing the floss and all that. Oh, it's just horrendous. Like, I mean, it says it all if you look at Ninja's video where it's like, I'm not seeing enough movement out there, and not a soul moves.
Just move! If you got no one, just move. It's all I want to see, some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement.
It's such a cringy thing. Like, imagine if Call of Duty was like that. Like, imagine if people danced in Call of Duty and people did that in real life. Like, it's so weird. It's like, this game is far too big for what it is. I'll admit, like, Overwatch is somewhat big, but you don't have people dancing. Like, it's just, ugh. I think it's going down here. My personal opinion, I hate it. I've always hated it. I've never liked it. The only time I've ever been a little bit invested in it is when the sidemen have played it and they do challenges along that sort of thing. That's when it's somewhat good, but I can't put this any higher than horrible because I just can't stand it. It might be a very, very good game. Like I say, there's aspects to it that are probably amazing, but blah, I can't stand it. Right. Next, we've got another horror game, Friday the 13th. Again, I think I only played this once. I have a weird memory of playing this game as a character called Connor. I might be imagining that. Or I dressed up as the guy. Yeah, he had an afro, didn't he? Where would I put it? I played as Jason, and it was quite fun. Is it Jason? I've got it all messed up, haven't I? No, I think it's Jason. I think it's Jason. Obviously, when I look at this character, I just think of H2O Delirious more than Jason, but it's Jason Voorhees. It's not a bad game. Again, bottom of okay, I think. No, it's definitely not awesome. It's not my thing. I think I do prefer it to a lot of these games, though. Yeah. I wouldn't play it again. Now, Goat Simulator, maybe about 7-8 years ago or something, this game was huge. Like, this was a lot of YouTubers starting out. This was like the game to play and all other sorts, and everybody it was hilarious. Haha, we can fire our goat into the air and it flies and all other sorts. It's so funny. How do I put this game? Like, when I first got it and I got it for free, the expansions didn't seem to be included that. So when I completed the game, I didn't complete it 100%. Then I had to go and buy the expansions and then complete it 100%. It was just like, this is not very fair. But I think the game is good. It's not bad. It's not good. It's fine. I just don't really care for it that much. I think over Erica, yeah, probably over Erica. And there's a new one out as well. Will I ever play the new one? Who knows? I think it's a good game. I just don't like playing it. Okay, now we're getting into the GTA section, as it seems. So this was back when I think I had started doing PS3 games and PS4 games. Well, I think it was just PS3 at that point. So I'd started doing these games, and my recording system was horrendous. But I made a ton of these videos for GTA 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony, and The Lost and Damned. And I really enjoyed these expansions. Like, growing up, I'd never played these expansions. Like, I'd played GTA 4 tons of times. I had no idea there was expansions for them. So I was super excited to try them out. And they did not disappoint. I really liked them. I don't think they're outstanding. I think I also preferred... I don't know. Did I prefer The Ballad of Gay Tony or The Lost and Damned? I think I preferred The Lost and Damned. Solely for Billy. If you've been watching me that long, then I used to always scream Billy and all that.
Billy, no!
Get me up, Johnny! You
I did not! We're friends! Billy! What's going on?
fuck you, Johnny! You're dead!
What's going on?
Obviously, there was a few things I did in these games that were just like a nightmare. Like with The Ballad of Gay Tony, it was the fight club or the boxing that was a nightmare. With this, it was the bike races. Again, a nightmare. There's plenty of footage of it out on my channel that is horrendous quality, me screaming into the microphone, all the sorts, calling for Billy and whatever else. But there's no doubt about it, like, GTA is such a great class of games. Like, I love them. They've got great stories, so much fun, and there's lots of different things to do. Getting trophies for them is very frustrating, and I don't actually have 100% in these games, so I might have to look back into playing these again and try and get 100% on them. Now, here's a big one to talk about, Grand Theft Auto 5. So, this was one of the first PS3 games I did on my channel, I think. And I was like, I think the very first video was just me playing as Michael, going around being like, woo. It's very strange. The game itself, when I first played it, amazing story, a lot of fun. Going back and trying to do the trophies, though, that is a different story. I have absolutely hated getting the trophies for this game. I can't remember when the last one was that I uploaded it, but the actual recording date of that video was like 2 years before or something like that. It took me so long to do this, and I still haven't particularly got it 100% because the Rockstar decided, let's add these online expansion things and make it even harder. So the ones that I'm missing are the Doomsday Heist ones. These two, yes, that's right, 2. I'm missing 2. I think it's 2 or 3. They are the hardest trophies to get. Solely because nobody really does this anymore and nobody has time to commit to it, and it's just an absolute nightmare. I do have to give a big thank you to I think, what was her name? Mrs. Crazy Woman or Mrs. something. There was a video or something on guidance on how to do something what I was looking up, and in the comment section there was somebody that was like, anybody on PS4 want to try and get these trophies? So we reached out and together we got quite a few. I got the mugger one, kill somebody after a mugger. We got the hardest one to get was do all the activities or something and win in first. That was horrendous and it took me forever, but thanks to her I managed to get it, and I think she managed to get it too. Unfortunately, we are no longer in touch, so we cannot do the Doomsday Heist, even though years ago she said she would help out, but it just kind of went away. The game, though, I have to take the game into account, and the fact that it came out in 2013, well, somewhat 2012, and it's still big today. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It goes up here. I don't even know if I want a GTA 6 at this rate, because how are they going to top this? If they come out with a GTA 6 and make it online, like, that's just stupid. We need another story-based game. We need, like, GTA 4 had an online thing, but nobody ever used it. Whereas this has, the online has more put into it than the story. We need a bigger story, man. It was also the first time they had done, like, multiple character selects or switch and all that. There was a lot of new things in this game, because obviously, like, when it first came out, this was advanced and there was a lot of things to it. I still have the PS3 version and the graphics are horrendous compared to the version today, but again, yeah, this is no doubt about it, it's out and it's outstanding. Heavy Rain next. Now, when I played Detroit Become Human, I was like, this has a very Heavy Rain feel about it. And guess what? Why? It's the same company that makes it. I'm pretty sure I never realised that beforehand. But Heavy Rain is, again, it's a game I loved the story of, love playing through it again, but going back and getting the trophies, nightmare. I still think it's awesome though. I think I did say at one point it was one of my favourite games, but other games have come since then. But again, and I don't actually think, like, when you play through it as well, it's like the story is a bit stupid. I mean, you've got Ethan who's calling for Jason, and then Jason runs away and things happen to him, and then you've got a guy who tries to drown somebody, and it's timing wise is very, very weird. It's so strange. But again, it's a great game. And you've got, like, you've just got a lot of interesting characters to it as well. Him that has is it epilepsy or something? There's a lot of strange things there, and he's got depression, I think, and she's got insomnia. Yeah, I can't remember what I can't even remember what his name is, but a lot of interesting things. But there is, again, I say, there's a lot of things that happen in it that would not happen in real life. Like, there's no way something like I want to say, what's her, Madison, I think her name's Madison. Her going into a refrigerator to survive a blast is a bit like, okay. Next, we've got Hue. Not Who, Hue, or something. I think maybe this is one of the easiest games to do that is still somewhat of a challenge. I think it's a good game. Obviously, again, I was just very, very happy to get a trophy of this, but it's pretty fun. You go around and collect these colours, and then it all gets colourful in the end, and all other sorts, and you've got to put these colours in different areas. Oh, and there's a sausage guy that shows you around as well, a salami guy. He's obviously not that, but yeah. Next we got Journey, which I completed in one day. It's not very long. Well, it's somewhat long. I think it's about 2 hours long or something. There was a couple of frustrating parts in this, but music-wise, this was a lovely sounding game. And it was a relaxing game. Like, it was like chill out, like you're okay, things are okay, and all other sorts. I do think it's awesome. I think it's bottom of awesome, but it's a very just nice game, a nice feeling game. Next, I don't know if it was this version. There was a Just Dance I did on my channel. I don't think it's this one, but again, it's kind of on the same thing as Buzz. It's a music-based game, so I can't really upload those things anymore. Just Dance in general are okay games. They're just kind of outdated in a sense, because you can basically just get like the Just Dance person that you want on YouTube and dance along to it. But I think it was an okay game. That was COVID times as well. Next we got Killing Floor 2. I've never played Killing Floor 1, so I have no idea if it's better or worse than the first one. Again, this is another survival game thing that I'm not really into, and I remember playing this game and struggling to shoot, struggling to do anything. It was a very, very hard game. For me, this game wasn't particularly good. For me, the best bit about this game was the editing I did. I don't know why or how, but it just was amazing. There was a bit in the video where I axed someone, and then I just singing, "Get axed, take it easy. Get axed, take it easy. And you can feel you don't get axed. Rather easy. And you know, get axed. Get axed. And I just edited it so well. It's like, that's the legit song. That's my only memory from this game of actual enjoyment. The whole rest of it is pants. I would say it's bad. The game maybe is a great game if you like that sort of thing, but me personally don't like it. I'm beginning to see a theme here of survival sort of game things. I mean, do we even need to talk about this game? Did I actually upload this on my channel? I've recorded this game. I don't think I've actually uploaded it. I did this once, and I got 2 trophies actually playing it, but it's horrible. It's like games that are based off of like a DVD or a film sometimes work, but it's just, they're so strange. Like, I have a DVD game of Madagascar, which I got around the same time I got Madagascar, and I've played it like twice. It's just not very interesting. Like, there are sort of things that you would get on the DVD itself, not in a whole new other section of its own. It's strange. Well, this is that sort of thing. It's kind of like a beat 'em up game of Kung Fu Panda characters. Yeah, it's not amazing by any means. We'll start with Life is Strange. Life is Strange is the very first PS4 game that I completed 100%, I think. It was one of the ones on my channel. So it was a fun game. I think it's awesome. I don't know if that's the same company as them, but the first Life is Strange, awesome. Great characters, great story, great things that happen, just all round amazing time. Life is Strange Before the Storm, I didn't like as much, but I kind of grew into it the more I played it. But it's like the big thing about Life is Strange was Max's ability. So to not have Max in Life is Strange Before the Storm and have her ability was kind of pointless. I don't know if I'd put it on the same. I'd put it at top of okay, because you take away the thing that made the game good. It doesn't work as well. Next we got Little Big Planet. So currently I only have 2 episodes on my channel, and I was saying that like this game meant a lot to me in the past. I have a t-shirt for it, and there is no doubt about it. Right, so Little Big Planet in the past meant a lot to me. It was a game I played with my friends at the time, and we constantly played. It was a great game. It still is a great game. Like, it's very creative, very interesting, a lot of different things to it. There's a lot more I could say about this game, but I don't really want to say it just now. I know this is like the tier list and that, but I think this is... How do I put this? It's like it makes you feel creative. It's like I'm doing a painting in a game or something. It's like I can be as creative as... Obviously in the past I never really built anything, and I still haven't ever built anything, and as the game sits just now you can't even go online or anything like that, which is very upsetting. But the game as it was, and the game as it still looks, is amazing. Probably put it at the top of awesome. I don't know if I could put it in outstanding. It is a very good game, and I have the other two as well. I have Little Big Planet 2 and Little Big Planet 3. I also seem to have Sackboy Adventure thing on PS4, so all this stuff will hopefully come out at some point, but who knows when that will be. Next, I don't know about these games. So Mafia 2, I think I got this, and I don't know. I got this and it was very similar to GTA, but it's like GTA of the past or something. But then once you actually play it, they're very different games, and they're very interesting in their own different ways. Even though this Mafia 2 took place in Los Angeles, I think it was. It was like, because we go up to the observatory, so I don't know. But you've got great characters. You've got Vito, and you've got Joe, and you've got... the other guys. But yeah, I really like this game. I think it's awesome. Probably below GTA. I felt that it's a very good game, and I have guess what, I have the very first game now, so I will be playing that at some point. Hooray. But yeah, Mafia 2, a lot of fun. There's obviously my controller, and there was a lot of different issues in me playing it, and the way I was recording it was horrendous and all sorts. Mafia 3, when I played through this, the first run, awesome game, loved it. It could probably have gone in outstanding. It was amazing in a lot of things, but doing the trophies and doing it all over again, a nightmare. There was a lot of things I hated about it, but I put it on the same level as you. Yeah, I don't think I prefer this one, and I don't think I do to this. And a thing that I said in Mafia 3 was, oh no, like, Joe's dead. Joe isn't dead. And that's right, Joe is still out there. If you look very, very closely, so at the end when Lincoln is at the casino and he goes to... I can't remember the main guy's name, Leo, but he goes to Leo's car. The guy that holds the door open for Leo, that's Joe. Joe is Leo's new bodyguard, but he has never met Vito, and Vito has never met him. So if they make another Mafia game, maybe they'll work on that, or maybe something will happen. But just as a heads up, Joe is still out there. It's been said somewhere or something that this is actually Joe and all other sorts, but maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's him, and I'm pretty sure there's been references and people have said this is him and whatever else. But yeah, so even that little detail that I was like, oh no, Joe's dead, but he's not, is awesome to find out. Then again, why does it always start with the second one? Right, next we got Overwatch. Now, another game that means a lot to me. It was like GTA 5 was my game. It was like, I'm never going to play anything else. Like, GTA 5 is the best game ever. Then Overwatch came, and I got forced, or I got persuaded to play this game. And boy, I love this game. I wish we still had Overwatch. Like, it's so fun. Like, I have merch from this game. I have a Lego set of this game. Like, I got it as a gift, obviously. I have a light that lights up of Overwatch. Like, I am invested in this game. And like, when I first began, I was terrible at every character. Like, I think Pharah was the very first character I'd really been playing. And then I took up Junkrat, and I tried to get better at him. There is now, like, not one character that I don't mind playing as, except for Kiriko. But that's not Overwatch, so that kind of is irrelevant. Overwatch, every single character I enjoy playing as. Like, currently, as I'm playing Overwatch 2, again, it's the thing, but it's the same characters from Overwatch 1. Like, characters like Zenyatta, I thought I'd never enjoy playing. Love playing as him. Characters like Doomfist. In Overwatch 1, playing as Doomfist to begin with was a nightmare, but then I really grew to enjoy playing with him. Baptiste, Soldier, like... Tracer even. Tracer can be okay. There's a lot of it. Genji's a little bit less interesting, but again, it's like playing Mystery Heroes and doing all that sort was amazing. And also the game is very different every single time you play it. My only gripe was the fact that I had to watch like live streams in order to get to tokens, but they were kind of because it was based in, I think it's America, or are they based in Hong Kong or China or something? They were based somewhere like that. It was on at a different time, so it's like it could be like an 8-hour live stream, but it starts at 8 at night and ends at 3 in the morning or something. It's just like, oh, that's not very fair. Obviously, that's like, if I was in that country, it'd be no issue, but I'm not. And I think, I'm not sure if the connection in Overwatch 1 was bad, but towards the end of me playing this game, the connection became impossible, and I have no idea why. But now, I guess with that, Overwatch is going in outstanding. There's no doubt about it. Love it. Love the characters. Not too much into the story. I mean, this is more a game that I enjoy playing just for the sake of playing. Couldn't really care less about the story. But the stories are interesting. I mean, you've got Brigitte and Torbjorn, and you've got Pharah and Symmetra. No, not Symmetra. You've got Pharah and Anna. You got a lot of them. Like Anna, for instance. Well, Anna was my character. Like, there was a lot of characters that I thought, I'd never enjoy playing as them, but I would take Anna over Junkrat in Overwatch. Like, Anna was awesome to play as. And when I really have a good game with Anna, I feel great. Like, it's amazing. Amazing. Yeah. But no doubt about it, I just wish Overwatch 1 still existed, because this game's unbeatable. And I mean, they've removed so many maps as well. There were so many good maps that people hated, but I liked. I liked the moon-based map, and I liked Paris. I don't know if there was another one they moved. There was a few they've removed. Yeah. Next now, we've got the only choice I have to play Overwatch now, which is Overwatch 2. There's no option to play the original fun game. You've got this terrible game. The connection is 100% worse. It barely works. We get orange boxes all the time. We've got 4 new characters, 5 new characters now. So that's Sorgen, Junker Queen, Kiriko, Ramatra, and I can't remember the healing guy. What the heck's his name? It begins with Lifesaver. Yeah. So we've got a few new characters. And when I first played this game, I absolutely hated them all. Like, there wasn't one that I really enjoyed playing as. But as time has gone on, I actually really enjoy playing as Junker Queen. Junker Queen is quite fun to play as. Ramatra's okay. I don't mind playing as him. Lifesaver, can't get on board with just now. Don't really like playing as him. Kiriko, absolutely hate playing with. Sorgen is okay. But again, I just wish I still had the original game. Overwatch 2 is, I think, bottom of okay. the connection itself ruins it for me. Although recently they've added a new mode, which is Mystery Heroes competitive. I really enjoy that. My only gripe with it is the fact that people seem to play it and think, oh, this is Mystery Heroes. So they don't actually try. They get a character they don't like, or they get a character they don't know, and they just stand there, or they just don't do anything. Like, fair enough doing that in Mystery Heroes, but do not do it in competitive play. Competitive play is competitive for a reason. You guys just standing around doing nothing makes it exceptionally hard for me to level up, because I'm constantly stuck with these terrible players. That's me getting too into detail with it, but it's just so frustrating, because it's such a good mode. It's so much fun, especially when you enjoy playing as all the characters. To play as them competitively is so much fun. In the last few days, the two characters I've been strongest with is Junkrat and Orisa, and that's another thing. They changed a lot of characters, and I absolutely hate some of the changes. Like, I hate that Orisa doesn't have a shield anymore. I hate that Bastion can't heal himself, or that he can't, like, stay put or something like that. I also hate his power-up. His power-up is terrible. And I don't know why as well, but I find it impossible to get McCree. His name's not McCree anymore. I find it impossible to get Cassidy's power-up. His trophy for that. I've gone into too much detail anyways, but this one, unbeatable. This is awesome. This is terrible. There's a few good points about it, but not enough for me to be like, oh, it goes up here. No, it goes down here and it stays down here. Rocket League next, another one of like my first playthroughs or something. I think the game is fine. I'm not overly fond of, like, I'm never going to play this game again. I think I quite like the basketball mode, but it's football with cars. Like, I don't like football, so it's not the best game for me. I mean, I played Lucio Ball in Overwatch and absolutely hated it. So yeah. Speaking of car games though, Rogue Trip. Now, a lot of you are probably like, what on earth is this? This is a PS1 game, and so far it's the only PS1 game I have uploaded to my channel. I think that's right. But it's just a fun, funny game. Basically, I think it's 2022 it takes place, or it's 2021 or something. When this came out, it was like 1990 or something. So it's quite strange that that's the future and we've now hit it. But basically, it's just it's a rumble where you play as a different car. You got lots of interesting characters. You got like I can't think of anybody's names. I could describe them to you. There's a guy that drives like a sausage car. There's a guy that drives a little Beetle. There's a pink Cadillac sort of car, I think. I think she has dogs. I think that's what happens with her. And then there's this guy in this truck that I always remember is like, hot enough for you. It's a lot of fun. I think for nostalgia it's awesome, but as a game, no, I don't know. I couldn't go back and play it now, maybe. But I think for me, myself, it's awesome, and I love the game and the characters, the music, everything about it, a lot of fun. It's way down here, but it is awesome. Next, The Sims 4. So, probably, I don't know. Sims has always been a massive thing in my life. Like, I think The Sims was like one of the first games I played. I still have The Sims, and I have The Sims 2, and I have The Sims 3. Will I ever upload these? I have no idea, because I want my quality to be good, and I have no idea how I would upload my Sims 2, because I don't have it installed on any computers just now. I also have SimCity as well, which I might be able to get that one uploaded at some point. But anyways, Sims 4. So another game I've completed 100%, which was not fun, but at the same time, it made me have a lot of fun stories. For instance, the Manhattan family. It was a very interesting idea. This guy that has 6 different wives because his wife keeps dying, and then he gets the widow trophy. But at the same time, he also gets the triple play, or he's trying to get triplets with him. So this guy ends up having about 50 children just trying to get triplets, and in the end his son is the one that does it, not him. It's like, wow. But then that guy was on one of my playthroughs, and I thought, you know what, he looks a lot like Argo Trust. You know what, they're half brothers. And I think I've said it in a lot of my videos before, I love the story aspect. Like, I love how I'm making everybody connected, and I love how it's going. Although I've been playing it a lot recently, and there's been like connections removed. Like the Hart family no longer knows the Trust family for some reason. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Like, the game says you could set it to 100 something, but it will affect your game. If you can't handle this many Sims, why have you got this many sites that you can build a house on, or this many places you can put a Sim into? You should be able to provide enough something. Like, do you get my point? Like, you've got, like, let's say you've got 50 plots that you can work on, 50 plots you can put a Sim into, but you're only allowed 10 Sims. Like, what are you supposed to put on the other pieces? Like, these are plots for houses, they're not plots for community lots. Like, it's so frustrating. It was the same with it was the same with Sims 2, where you had this humongous land and you could build about 100 if not more houses, but the minute you went past like 20 Sims or something, that's when the game started to crash. Like, loading up Sims 4 takes me about 20 minutes just to get into the game, whereas when I first started it, it was fine. I got into the game instantly. But that's the problem. Like, I love adding Sims, I love making more stories, I love making more characters. Like, if you've seen recently, or whenever this comes out, I accidentally got a new Sim. I got I can't even remember her name. Tara Hart. So I was like, I don't want more Sims. Instantly killed her. But I think there might be a future with Tara Hart. But I've also killed some other Sims. I've killed Arthur Fortune. So I have tried to get rid of Sims, but just when I get rid of somebody, I'm like, I want to replace them. I want another person. I've also made everybody long-lived, so I think Argo Trust is currently sitting at, like, he's got 99 days left until he's old or something, and that's not even him dying, that's him just getting old. So I feel I have to kill more Sims, which is not fair, because you've got all these plots of land where you should be able to put in as many Sims as you want to put in. You should be able to put in the maximum amount of Sims into each plot of land and your game still run fine. Maybe it's a gaming console problem and not a PC problem. Who knows? But I feel like Sims is always a great game. The amount of things you can do with Sims is great, but when there's these little issues that shouldn't happen, like, for instance, my connections being removed. Why have they been removed? I haven't done anything new to make that happen. There was also the situation with people being mean to each other for no reason. Like, everybody just decided, you know what, we're going to be mean to each other. So there's little aspects here and there that ruin the experience for me. But the game itself is awesome. Getting the 100% was not so awesome, but again, it's fine. I really enjoyed it. I still play it to this day. I made a family tree for it. I'm very invested in what I do. Star Wars Battlefront 2, so I don't know if that's the right version, but there was a version that came out on PS4, and I played it once or twice. All I remember is, like, the droid bit where it's like, it's all your fault and whatever else. I don't think it's a bad game. I just think it's bottom of okay. I don't have much more to say about it. The thing that's fun for me is just playing as, like, Darth Vader, Darth Maul, or Count Dooku, or, well, his name is Darth Sidious. I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I'm not a mega Star Wars fan, okay? Next, we've got Tales from the Borderlands. So another Telltale game, and I think there's another one of these games out which I hope to play at some point. I went into this game with not much hope of it, but at least I'd played Borderlands before I played this game, so I had some knowledge of it, because there was Handsome Jack back in it and things like that. I think it was is this our first? No, it's not our first. There's one down here. I was going to say, is it our first Telltale game, but no, we got this one down here. Yeah, it's a really good game. Telltale games are all very similar. Like, you have choices, you make the choices, you end up with a result. If you have the game like this, where it doesn't really matter what you do and you just get the trophy, then yeah. We also have this one, of course, and this one. But yeah, it's good. I think it could go next to them. It's worthy of being there. The characters, again, in this were awesome. He started to fall for whatever her name was. I can't even remember. I made that happen. I seem to make that happen in every single game. It's very strange. Yeah. Next, we got Tekken the... I can't even see what it says. The Tekken the something. Growing up again, Tekken was a game I used to play once or twice. Quite enjoyed it, but it was like Yotsumitsu wins, King wins, and all other sorts. It's very OTT. It's very strange and very interesting. But I'm not. Hiya! Sorry. I think I'm not very good at, like, when I just think of Tekken, I just think of all the strange, like Law. Law was hilarious, especially in this. It was just hiya, hiya, hiya. You could just spam it. It's like hiya, hiya, hiya.
Wait for this one. It's not me, it's him. Listen.
Those aspects of it are hilarious, but the game itself is not particularly good. I think this version is just not the best. Like, there's a couple of Tekkens out there that are good. This one, no. Next, the bridge. I don't know how to rate this one. I hated the bridge in the end, but at the same time, it was a very good game. It was just getting the trophies. I saw occasions where the mission was frustrating. I think it's an okay game, though. Put it next to Erica. Because it was around the similar time, or Hue and Bridge were around the same time. Now, The Last of Us, a game that's come out before the TV show, amazingly. I haven't played The Last of Us 2 yet. I do have it, but I haven't played it yet, so I have no opinion on that. But this game, very, very good. This is a survival game that's actually enjoyable, and it's good story and all other sorts, and no doubt about it, it goes up outstanding. I haven't completed this game 100% yet, and I dread trying to do that. There's a couple of things I can easily get, like the comics or something like that, but having to do it in legendary mode or something, no, I don't see me doing that. But I really do want to go back and get that done, so at some point in the next 10 years or something, look out for The Last of Us returning. Next, we got the Simpsons game, another very nostalgic game for me. When I did it again, when I played through it again and uploaded it to my channel, the quality was horrendous as always. But what I was surprised with for this game was the very first time I played this game, which I still think I have the original, which was for PS2, was it? I don't know. But the original one that I played had, what did it have? It didn't have, like, Springfield for you to roam about and explore. So that was quite a nice addition added in the PS3 version. I think it's not awesome. It would be awesome for nostalgia reasons, but it's an okay game. It's got fun stories, it's got cool things that happen, great characters as always, and all those sorts. But to play this game in like 2023, it's just not on the same level as some of these other games. Right, now we get to the Walking Dead bit. Can we get this in order? So Walking Dead 1, Walking Dead 2. I think that came there. Then it's that, right, so this is going to be a big talk, and my video is already like 12 hours long. So, the very first Walking Dead, This was the first Telltale game I played, and I think I played it because I saw other YouTubers had done it or something, and I just really wanted to try it, and I think it became free anyways, so I did it. Or no, I think I bought it. I can't remember. No doubt about it, it's a fantastic game. You've got some of the greatest characters, like Lee Everett. Oh, what a great character. And I mean, if you don't know what happens to him, then where have you been? But there's so many sad points in this. And then of course you've got Clementine as well, who, as you can even see just by these pictures, look how much Clementine grows over this space of it. That isn't her, by the way, but just look at how far she comes. But the first game is outstanding. It's amazing what happens in it. And weirdly with The Walking Dead is, I played through all the games before I saw the TV shows. I absolutely, the TV show, I haven't seen any other ones. I haven't seen Fear the Walking Dead or anything like that yet, but I absolutely love The Walking Dead TV show. It is incredible. Like, you've got Rick, and you've got Michonne, and you've got well, Michonne has her own spin-off in the game thing, which I don't think is particularly good, which some people say. You've got Carol, you've got Daryl Dixon, you've got Meryl Dixon. Yeah, it's just incredible. I absolutely love The Walking Dead TV show. There is no doubt about that. It's one of my favourites. I even have a t-shirt for it. That's how much I love it. The last season was a bit terrible, but we're not here to talk about the TV show anyway. We're here to talk about the game. Very first Walking Dead, great. Absolutely amazing. 400 Days, not so great. Probably bad. It didn't really need to exist. It was just nah. Then we got season 2. Again, awesome, and we had been split up from some of the characters from the first one, and then we got reunited with one of them. I won't say who, but it was a harmonious reintroduction. It was awesome. This one, no. This one's okay. It doesn't deserve to be up here. The quality dropped dramatically. You had different characters. You had a different main character you're playing as, and this guy just wanted to like get with his sister-in-law, and it was just so strange and ugh. And then you got kids as well that were a bit annoying. I didn't care for it. Then they came back with this. Unfortunately, their company went into a lot of struggles around this time, so the game took a while to get completed, but at least it finally did, and it came back with a bang. If it was just these three, amazing. This one, nah. But yeah, and we had another what do you even call it? Reunion in this one, which was a surprising reunion, but a very interesting reunion. Yeah. So, and I mean, look at this. Like, look at the first one compared to the second one. It's like, that's Lee, that's Clementine. That is what Clementine turns into. Clementine turns into Lee. Like, that is amazing. Just to see those two next to each other. Look at that. That's great. I never noticed that before. Alright. The Witness is next. Not gonna lie. Kind of... would I say a dull game? Kind of a different game. It's more puzzly, weird. I'd probably say okay. I don't love this game by any. The music was good, but no. Probably put Overwatch above this. Yeah, Overwatch is up there. You could be the top of okay. The Witness is similar to Journey, where it's like a peaceful, relaxing game. However, the last trophy, where it played the Alton Towers theme tune, which was I hated that. That is one of my least favourite trophies I've ever got. And again, I had to use some sort of glitch just in order to complete it. It was horrible. It was terrible. Absolutely hated it. So that's why it's down here. If I didn't have to do that stupid trophy, maybe it'd go up higher. But I hated that trophy. Next we got, is it our last Telltale game? The Wolf Among Us. So supposedly there was supposed to be another one out, but that hasn't happened. I really liked The Wolf Among Us because we got these like classic fairy tale characters. We got Beauty, and we got Beast, and we got Snow White, and we got the Crooked Man, and all other sorts. So we got lots of interesting characters. Oh yeah, and then the person that you say into the mirror 3 times, then she Bloody Mary, is it? I don't know. This goes up here too, next to this. Great characters, great story, great interesting things that happen. Tricky Towers is another one where it was exceptionally frustrating to get the trophy. I think it's a game to play alongside a friend. This is actually a really fun game. I'd probably say okay. Will never play this game again, but it was an okay game. Same with Uno. It's similar sort of thing where it's just this middle of the road thing where it's like fun to play with your friends, but going after trophies in these sort of games, no. I am astounded I have platinum in both these games. It doesn't like show up on my PlayStation 4 that it doesn't say that, oh, here's like a platinum trophy with it. Like, all my work for nothing, man. It's still there, like it's still completed, but yeah. Next, a game that I think on the first time I did a game rating thing, this was my favourite game. That has obviously since changed. Until Dawn, though, as a game, is a very good game. But I did this in like 2 halves, so I played the game. I played the game through once, just without any knowledge of it and all that sorts, and it was fun and it was interesting. Going back again, the trophies again, no. I do think it's an awesome game though. It's also got Rami Malek in it. It's got like a big name in it. I don't think he was as big back then though. But yeah, it's a good game. Warframe, I don't know if I have this uploaded to my channel either. It's not very good. I don't care for it. It's like, I mean, when I say Warframe, like, do many of you even know what that is? Like, I'd say it's very forgotten about. It's just not that interesting. Next we got What Remains of Edith Finch. Very interesting game. Actually, I quite enjoyed it compared to some of the other like quick ones I got for trophies. But this was pretty easy to get the trophies for. It was quite a good game. Very interesting in very different ways. And last two, Worms Battlegrounds. Okay again, bottom of okay. I think with me, the funny thing that I did was decide different characters. Like, that was fun. It was a fun aspect of the game where you could name your worms or name your characters. So I had like The Simpsons, or I had Family Guy. I had did I have Presidents? I don't know. I had some interesting characters, but again, it's not really a game I'd ever play again. And there's another Worms that I have as well, Worms WMD or something. And finally, Zombies. A game, very nostalgic, absolutely loved it. Going back and trying to complete it or get trophy, I don't think I was getting trophy, I was just trying to complete it. I missed a few steps, but that was the first time I ever completed the game, and it was just quite nice to, after all these years, do that. So that is my list. This has been going on for an hour and a quarter, more or less. Hopefully I'll be able to edit it down, but somehow I doubt it. I'll try not to talk too much, but yes, as you can see, there's a running theme with the sort of games I don't like, which is survival plus a music one. But I put this here because it's not the best of the Buzz games, and there's no way I'll be playing a game like this again. The middle ones are kind of like ones that I was just happy to get a trophy with, or ones that didn't fill up to the hype of the other ones. So like, we got the Life is Strange, and we got this, and we got this. These are not as good as the originals. Then we got the Awesome, which all these games in this row are great in different ways. Some good with the story, some good with the gameplay, some good with other things. And then finally, the golden ones, the outstanding ones. Detroit, amazing game. Grand Theft Auto, not so much an amazing game, but just for what it has done, for how long it has done, amazing. Over these two, these have came out decades ago, these three, they came out decades ago, and they're still played to this day, they're still loved to this day. Overwatch, amazing game, again. Last of Us, amazing. All these Walking Deads, amazing. And The Wolf Among Us, amazing. Well, they're outstanding. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this episode, and be on the lookout for other future games. I will give you a heads up. There is another Telltale game that is not on this list that I have played. It will be coming out at some point. I don't know when, but it will be out at some point. There is another game that is on this list that I have started playing again. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one, but again, be on the lookout for that. And obviously, like I said, I have the first Mafia, so I will be playing that. There will be GTA 4 out at some point. I don't know about anything else. I don't know if I can say anything else about anything else. There'll be more of these sorts of games because I have not Become Human. I can't remember what it's called, but there's another one of these games that I have that I will be playing at some point. Anyways, hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, whatever I play, bye.